everybody. We are going to demonstrate for you different forms of energy testing. Some of you may know this as kinesiology, touch for health. If you're an energy medicine practitioner, you probably use these techniques on a very advanced level, but we are going to show you how to use them on a daily basis for your daily life. Now, the first thing we're going to show you is what's called a general energy test. Now, I would just like to say one thing, that energy testing is essentially talking to your body. Because you said something that was really good before about taking your ego and your head out of it so that your body's wisdom knows what it wants, but your head may get involved in the stories, is what you said?
Yeah, I was saying that when, to make a decision on something in your life, your head's got all these stories of how it says what it should do, but the body sort of gets the storyteller of your life out of the way, and just, you get the answers, yes or no, this or that. It's sort of unemotional. It's just, and it's very true. It's very believable.
Yeah. So let's just show you how it's done. Now, the energy test, I do just want to show you a few technical things. I'm going to be holding, and we're going to be creating a circuit between us, okay? I'm going to hold on to one shoulder, and you can use either arm and ask the person, if they have any injuries, and maybe they want to use one arm as opposed to another. But you want to make sure the arm is straight out like this. And maybe if we move a little bit close, just to show you, you're going to take two fingers and put them in about an inch and a half above the wrist. Not on the wrist, not on the hand, not in the middle of the arm, about an inch above the wrist, okay? Now, so now we're ready, and we're going to take a deep breath together. All right, so we're going to start with a true, false question. Say, my name is Tony.
My name is Tony.
And hold. And you press down lightly. And Tony is really holding strong. And he's holding strong because it's a true statement. So his energy in that arm, in that hand, is strong. Now, say my name is Robert.
My name is Robert.
And hold. And he goes completely weak because that is a false statement. And, some people may not go down. And Tony is very energetically open. Some people may just have a slight bounce, So what you need to do is almost listen. Listen with your ear and feel with your own body, is that energy getting stronger or weaker? And the way that I describe it is when energy is going weaker, you can almost feel it kind of like going away from this area. But if it's holding strong, it's almost like it's giving energy. Is that sort of?
I feel if it's trying to hold strong, I feel an energy go into it. But if it just goes weak, I don't feel anything draining away. I just feel like I don't feel that nothing happens. It just falls.
Okay, cool. So now that we know we have a testable muscle because we had the true-false question, now what do you do with that? Well, you can do many different things with that. For instance, let's say Tony has a party to go to tonight, okay? And Tony's going to say, should I go to that party tonight?
Should I go to this party tonight?
And hold. Okay, so he went weak. Doesn't seem like going to the party is necessarily a good idea. Why don't we try doing do you need to do any energy medicine exercises?
Do I need to do any energy medicine exercises?
And hold. And I'm pushing hard. Tony needs to do some energy medicine exercises. Now, you can use that in any which way possible. I've actually known parents who, have kind of brought their children up to energy test, and they'll say, all right, or should you go sleep over at Abby's today and, you know, they'll do the energy test and it'll go down, you know, or should I go to this concert tonight? You can ask any yes or no question that you want to. Should I go to this meeting? Should I make this phone call? Whatever it is. Okay, so that is general energy testing. Now we're going to get to something really important. We're going to do the spleen test. Now this is going to test to find out what it is your body's internal wisdom knows that it needs, because our spleen processes everything that we ingest. So sometimes, stand straight, for this test you're going to have the person hold their arm so that their thumb is facing their thigh, and again you're going to hold in the same area except for holding on the top. You're going to hold on the side of the arm about an inch above the wrist, holding here, and again we're going to start with seeing if we can get a testable muscle. So I'm just going to say hold. Great. So Tony has a really nice strong spleen. So let's say, now I know that Tony really likes sugar. So I am going to give him some candy corns to hold over his solar plex. Okay. Hold them and hold. And so Tony's body is saying, no candy corns. Sorry. Now let's hold some green vibrance. And hold. Oh, and he's really strong. Now what's really interesting is, here, hold this away from your body for a second. I'm going to weaken his spleen by fluttering over the spleen lymphatic area and say hold. Okay, so I weaken him, so now he's weak. So now we're going to try the test again and find out, in a weakened state, is this food actually going to strengthen him? Let's find out. Okay. Now hold. Yes, that was really strong. So that means that it's going to really strengthen him. So that is good news. And you can do that with anything. It's actually really interesting. I've got some vitamin C here because, you know, sometimes we over-medicate ourselves. So let's say Tony needs some vitamin C, or he wants to take some vitamin C. Hold one over your solar plex, okay? Now we're going to see how Tony's body feels about taking one vitamin C. And hold. Okay, he held really strong. Now let's see how his body feels about taking two. So I want you to hold two in your hand. And we're going to say hold. So he went weak. So his body's saying, I don't need two. So with all the, you know, if you're on any serious medication, I'm not telling you not to take it. Always consult your doctor. But with certainly vitamins and supplements you have around the house, this is a really good thing to do. Mm-hmm. Now, let's say that you don't have a partner around to try and help you with this spleen test. Now I'm going to show you self-testing. And the first really fantastic one is called Becoming the Human Pendulum. Okay? So, what I am going to have you do, Tony, is hold this over your hand with both hands, elbows at your side. You're going to take a deep breath in as you completely clear your mind and see if your body falls in any way. And it didn't. Oh, it did. Okay. Sometimes you have to give it time. I was rushing it a little bit there. If your body falls forward, it is good for you. If your body falls backwards, it is bad for you. If it falls to the side, you're kind of in between. Now, did we test the candy corns already? We did with the spleen test, but let's try it with the body test. Okay. Being the human pendulum. Elbows at your side. Take a deep breath in. Really clear your mind. And let your body fall where it may. Okay, he fell back. So that again is very interesting. And you can do that with the vitamins too. Like let's say I'm holding 2 vitamin C right now. I already took one today. So let's see if my body wants some more. So I'm holding it. Oh, I went to the side. So my body's kind of going, I don't really know if we need that or not. But I will tell you a little secret.
But it won't hurt, it seems to say.
Right, it wouldn't hurt.
It's like it's not going to do you any good, it's not going to do you any harm, so
exactly.
Go whatever you want to do.
Exactly. But what happens if you really, really want something?
Usually the case, isn't it?
Now, I know that Tony went backwards. He tested weak on the spleen test with the candy corns. He fell backwards on being the pendulum. Let's see if we can get Tony's body to accept these candy corns.
Accept the candy corns.
Because he really, really wants them. So I want you to hold it in your left hand. Hold it in your right hand. With your left hand, do figure 8s over it. And you have the intention that you're clearing out any negativity in that food that may harm you. And now you're going to switch hands. And now you have the intention that you're balancing it. You are making it so that this food is going to go through you and not harm you whatsoever, and you're balancing out the energy of that food, because figure 8s are extremely healing. Now try the human pendulum again. Holding it up. Take a deep breath in.
I already done.
But okay. So sometimes if you really want that slice of pizza, or you really want that, see, he's going for the candy
Can I have
corns.
one?
You can have one after we're done with it. Okay, well, there he goes. Okay.
Right. Must have treats.
Must have treats. Okay, now we're going to show you 2 other ways to do self-testing. Let's say you're at a restaurant. Okay, Tony and I are at a restaurant now. And I would like some pizza. So what I would do is hold the menu in front of me. Tony will hold the menu in front of me. And what we're going to first do is make sure you have a testable leg. What you're doing is essentially lifting a leg, pressing down, and it's really strong. So I'm going to hold my hand hold my finger over the pizza, and no one in the restaurant needs to know you're doing this because you're going to be doing this under the table. And I'm going to hold that. I'm not saying it's okay for me, but let's say I'm a vegetarian. Let's say that I said, oh, maybe I'm in the mood for a burger, maybe I'm going to cheat. Oh, and it goes right down. I can't even stop it. So you give that a try, Tony.
Like the grilled yellowfin tuna.
And remember, hold your finger over what you're...
I'm wondering if I should have the grilled yellowfin tuna. It says no.
It says no, so pick something else on the menu.
Fresh turkey burger.
Yay! He can eat the fresh turkey burger. So that's a really great thing to do if you're at a restaurant and you're not really sure what you can eat and you don't have anyone there to spleen test you. And the last self-test we're going to show you is put your hand in an OK motion, and you're going to find out what your yes and what your no is by putting 2 fingers inside the hole and saying, what is my yes?
What is my yes?
Usually it means that it's going to hold really strong. What is my no?
What is my no? Well, the other way around for some reason.
Okay, you see, everybody's body is different. So let's say that I have a difficult phone call to make. Should I make that phone call today?
Should I make that phone call today?
Yeah, neither one of us should make any phone calls today. So really, we've shown you how to do different kinds of energy testing, which is essentially talking to your body. It's really fun to do because I think what you were saying earlier is that the energy test, it's allowing your body's wisdom to tell you what's right for you rather than letting your head and all the stories get involved, right?
It just feels like another way to maneuver. That it's more relaxing in a way because you're sort of stepping out of the way. You're not making such a story of everything.
Right, right.
Just get on with it.
Yeah. And you know, the more you use these techniques, the easier they will become for you and the more you'll trust them.
Yeah.
Right? All right. Well, I thank you. Tony thanks you. And your body thanks you.
So it does.
All right. Enjoy the exercises.